Hey everyone, Bill Parish here from GTT Audio, and welcome to the channel today. Well, we're a little late with this video. Last week was just so busy, and the week before, I just did not get a chance to record a video for you. And I had promised you that on the next video, we'd bring someone in from YG to talk about the Peak series. And that didn't happen either, so I'm sorry about that. But I want to thank everyone, especially everyone that's placing orders. I had said near the last episode of 2021 that we had just finished the best year ever. I mean, every year it grows, but 2021 was the best year ever. And 2022, oh my, I mean, we're off to a better start this year than how we ended last year. So I guess we've got product, you know, but we've got to be patient. Some people on supply chain issues, it's hitting the high end. Everyone is suffering. Time frames across the board on every product that I'm aware of is taking longer, a little longer to a lot longer than previously. So, but I know everyone's concerned about it. Everyone's working towards it, and you know, doing whatever they can. And you know, all the companies are also inundated with orders. High end is flourishing, and we should all be happy about that. That's great. I mean, high end audio is booming, so keep it up. So I mentioned I did not get it. We're not going to talk about the Peaks today, the YG Peaks. That's coming, I promise. I got a commitment out of YG, and actually, yeah, they could not do it until February. So sometime in some episode in February, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to bring someone special in here, and it's probably going to be a Skype call, but we'll bring someone special in, introduce him to you, and you to him. And both ways, I suppose, and we'll talk a little bit about the Peaks and talk about him and his approach, etc. Today, what I wanted to talk about, and we'll try to keep this brief because I have some really cool videos coming over the next couple of months. A lot. We're going to have manufacturers, reviewers, a combination of manufacturers and reviewers joining us. It's going to be a good time. We're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff. Today, what I'm going to talk about is, you know, audiophiles. I mean, I've been in the business for this is our 27th year, and you know, been at this forever. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I love this stuff. Absolutely love it. And, you know, most of us are the same way. And I would like to attract younger clients. I seem to be one of the younger ones out there. And so we have this resistance to change. And I guess that's human nature, but you really see it in audio. And what we need to do is have an open mind and embrace the technology. You'll understand where that's coming from. What I want to talk about today is the all-in-one systems, the active speakers, all-in-one systems with a pair of speakers, and you just plug in a source and you're good to go. I mean, these things have so much possibility. And I understand if you're, you know, if you're an audiophile and you want to pick your own DAC, you want to pick cables, you want to pick your own amplifier, pick your own speaker, and so on and so forth. I understand that. And that's perfectly fine. And I love you more for that. But there's still uses for these other products, like in offices in bedrooms, in secondary homes, family rooms. It makes your life more simple. And in lots of cases, it's more affordable. So stick with your 2-channel system or replace it. But, you know, I say stick with your 2-channel system and then think of these other products as add-ons elsewhere if you'd like. Now, we've touched on all 3 of those products I'm going to highlight today, but I'm going to highlight them again and tie them into this episode. So first off, the most affordable is the KEF LS50 wireless 2s. Pop a photo up, you can see it. This is a phenomenal product. What makes it phenomenal? Well, first of all, and I think those that are following me and know that GTT audio doesn't represent anything that's not special, and you know, so it has to sound good. It's also very reliable and it works, which is also a very, very important thing. You know, I mean, it has to sound good or we're not going to even look at it. And then we need to look at the company that's behind it and make sure they're not a lot of flakes. And then we also need to make sure that the product is reliable. These are the 3 most important things I look at before ever taking on a brand. So if I'm talking about something, you can be rest assured that it at least meets that 3-point checklist. The KEF LS Wireless 2s builds on the previous version, which has, by this time now, the Mark II has just had up-teen reviews, everyone raving about it. It's phenomenal. But to me, what makes it so cool, and I think this is really cool, is that you can plug an Ethernet, well, you don't even, it is wireless, okay, but I like to plug an Ethernet cable in if there's one in the room. But you plug an Ethernet cable in or run it wirelessly, and it's a Roon endpoint. You can take your Roon and stream to it directly, wireless or through Ethernet cable, through LAN cables, and it sounds phenomenal. It's just a stand or put it on a bookshelf. It's a bookshelf mounted speaker. I don't know, what is it, 12? It's like a 1-foot cube or a 10-foot cube. It's not large at all. And that thing it's phenomenal. But what else it does is it has something called eARC. And for these old guys that don't know what eARC is, or people that aren't embracing the technology, eARC is Enhanced Audio Return Channel. It's a video thing. And every flat screen that you buy today is going to have an HDMI input, which is also dubbed eARC, Enhanced Audio Return Channel. So if you take an HDMI cable and you take it from that flat screen into the KEF LS50 wireless 2s into one speaker, now everything that's on the screen, of course you have to enable this on the screen, but everything that is there, your speakers become your speaker system for your TV, for your video. So if you want, you know, some improved sound for video, this has it. It's phenomenal. Well, I don't know why anyone would ever use a sound bar again when you have this option. It is so much better. And then on top of that, there's an app. You open the app, you can adjust where it is as far as boundary to the wall. You can, it also has, they make this little cube, this little subwoofer that goes down to 12 hertz or 14 hertz, and with 6-inch woofers called the KC or KG whatever 62, and you can tell it that it is using this subwoofer, and the crossover's already set. And then Roon sets the crossovers for it. This thing has so much technology, and that's why I say don't say, oh, active speaker, forget it. No, embrace the technology, folks. It's really, really, really cool. And I mean, it's so below the price point of what we normally sell. But I'm talking to you about it because for more than a year, I've been just bowled over by what this little system does. And it is a system. It's 2 speakers. If you want to add the sub, it's pretty sharp. The next thing is the Key 3. And we all should know what the Key 3 is. I brought the Key 3 to the US. They've changed distribution a couple of times. They're doing it directly. I stayed on as a dealer. I want to sell the Key 3. I want a Key 3 in my place at all times. And not to mention what it does in the studios compared to normal studio products. But here you have a speaker that is 8 inches wide, 16 inches high, 16 inches deep, is so lively, so dynamic. You connect everything through LAN cable, through Ethernet. It's got the key control. You can set all the parameters. You tell it how far it is from the wall, so you get the bass correct. What it has, though, also is, that front wall behind the speaker is always one of the most difficult walls. It causes a lot of problems. People don't realize it, but it causes a lot of problems. And also, what's your proximity to that wall? Are you right up against it? Boy, your wife would like you to put your speakers right up against it. Or are you out in the middle of the room? Something that wives usually frown upon. Well, Key has something. So, it's got the tweeter, it's got the mid bass, it has 2 side firing woofers and 2 rear firing woofers. And these rear woofers then are firing against that wall. Well, it has something called cardioid bass, and it's all done through DSP. And what the cardioid bass does is at those side firing woofers, just kind of at the top of the cabinet, but 6 feet out. It builds essentially a 6 foot by 6 foot, or in Europe they call it 2 meter by 2 meter, wall of sound, and that's coming to you. So you got a 2 meter by 2 meter wall of sound, and then you have it on the other, that's on the right channel, and then you have it on the left channel. You can completely eliminate that wall behind the speakers and bring that sound towards you. This is revolutionary, even though the Key's not the first one to ever do it, but to do it in this this speaker, in the compact nature of the speaker and all that it stands for, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, it does out to double DSD. You take all the inputs. You can do analog or digital inputs. It also has what they call a BXT option. BXT stands for Bass Extension Tower. So you can put this tower of woofers underneath it, and instead of using a stand, you mount the speaker on top of that. And that can play at such sound pressures. And it reminds me, I think it's the old Maxwell tape commercial where there's the fella in the chair and his hair's blowing and he's kind of slunched down, and there's these speakers, and it's these speakers are blowing him over. Well, those speakers in that ad really can't do that. But I assure you the Key 3s can, and the Key 3s can definitely do it with the Bass Extension Tower. Also, very important, that's really the case with both of these products I'm talking about, the KEF and the Keys, is they cannot be overdriven. They have protection circuitry in there, so you're never going to blow them up. Then the third product I'm going to talk about, which is also extremely cool, is the YG Acoustics Vantage Live. So you know and we mentioned this towards the end of last year. It's a new product for YG. I'm not even sure if any have shipped yet, but orders have certainly been placed. What this is, it's the Vantage speaker. You can go on their website and see about the Vantage, but you got a tweeter, a mid-range, and a bass. And then the Vantage Live decides that what they're doing there is they are making it completely active and giving you a control center for it as well. Again, strictly add a source. That's what all these products are. But everyone does it a little differently. And what YG does with the Vantage Live is, of course, if you're going to have an active speaker, you don't have passive crossovers. That's just foolish. So they have active crossovers. All of these companies do. And that's in a tray in the bottom of the speaker. And then you also have 3 Encore amps. I don't know what amplifier Kef uses, but Key uses Encore and YG uses Encore. And so you've got and Bruno Puzzi's from Key. He developed the Encore when he was over at when he was with Moa Moa. You know, that was a Moa Moa product the first time it was introduced. Anyway, so you've got the Encore amplifiers, you've got the DSP crossover all there. And so that's kind of a tray in the bottom where you can just simply slide it out and send it in if there ever needs to be a repair. And there shouldn't be, because it's super high quality stuff. But if there is, you're not sending the whole speaker back. You send a tray back. It's really, really ingenious. On top of that, they've got a component size box that you can put wherever you want. I mean, theoretically, you would put it by your source, and your source can be, you know, anything, digital or analog. There's, you can take a digital input into this box, or you can take analog input or phono stage input. It has a built-in phono stage. And here's the cool thing. These other guys are using Cat5 or wireless, and these are great. I don't know anyone that's ever done what YG's doing. They're running AT&T ST type glass fiber optics over to the speakers. So you've got 2 cables, 2 little, I mean, this is like thinner than Toslink type of stuff, and super high quality, and it's all done by light. It's digital, done by light, and you can run these things a mile. I mean, you know, the length of cable no longer matters, and I'm serious. You can run it a mile. But yeah, the fiber optics. So you just take these little cables, and you know, you plug one into the back of each speaker, and you're good to go. It's really, really cool. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to touch on these 3 products, and I wanted to tell everyone, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. There's some cool stuff out there. It doesn't have to be your main system. Like I said, it can go in an office. It can go in a bedroom. It can go in your living room. You've got your dedicated man cave. But you could, and this stuff's good, very good. You're going to want to listen to it. In any case, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment below, and share. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.